there's this new guy that's coming up. His name is the Redacted Spider, and I kind of didn't really give him any like creeds until I looked at his X and saw who he was followed by. I saw the people that he was communicating with, and there's some really like legit guys, like really like heavy spoilers is like that's like his boy, and heavy spoilers is a guy that I respect in the content game because he's like he sees all the shows first. He's always first and stuff. So I want to read something that he said he heard about Spider-Man. And obviously Jerry was super excited about this. So let me read this off to you. He said, "What I'm hearing, the point of inspiration for Spider-Man 4 is indeed the Batman. While the Homecoming trilogy was more lighthearted and optimistic, Destin and Marvel will lean into that anger. Expect more grit and more focus on hand-to-hand combat and no multiverse bad guys. The film will still lead into Secret Wars, but the current priority at Marvel is making a grounded and more mature direction for the webhead after the events of No Way Home and Born Again." And also what came out after this is that Kingpin does mention Spider-Man apparently multiple times in the show. So we'll love obviously I know this. You told me you were hype.
Everything I've said of that Spider-Man 4 needs to be. This is another major W for me. If you've been watching the show, you already know. It's awesome. You can't have that. You can't have the Home trilogy end in the way No Way Home did and not have a grounded, classical New York Spider-Man movie. And of course he's not going to be happy. I mean, look what he just had to do, the sacrifice he made. I mean, if he came on in Spider-Man 4 and his life was happy-go-lucky, I mean, it would have been like No Way Home was just a gimmick for tickets. It was not about the story. It was not about the development for the character. So I'm glad that they're doing this because you can't – what's the point of having a high-stakes ending like that if it's not going to have implications to the future? It makes no sense. So I'm also starting to get the feeling that, and this is a bit riskier of a call on my end.
What is it?
But maybe we're going to get the black suit.
I agree. And that's what I've been saying. Well, when I covered this on TikTok, I was like, this has symbiote written all over it.
How far are you on the JMS run?
Probably like a quarter.
Dude, the black suit arc is insane. It's short, but it's like one of the greatest Spider-Man arcs.
100%. And
so you read the Back in Black arc.
So I watched. So this is funny. So I watched a TikTok series on it a while ago where they talked about it because they were basically saying that they were basically breaking out Secret Wars, but saying that JMS's black suit needs to be the adaptation that they take when they're trying to do
the best one.
Spider-Man. Yeah, and they're basically like a JMS guy, but I have been saying that, and I also did say like I do want Peter with the mask on for 90% of the film. Like I feel like we've gotten so much Peter Parker in the first three, in the home era. You know what I mean? So it would be super hyped to get a darker take on a Spider-Man and just seeing him wearing the mask a lot more. But I also do think that I
think 90% is a little much, but I do agree that I want to see a lot of screen time of him.
For sure. And also, like, there was a rumor that came out like earlier too about that he's getting a new supporting cast. So I mean, this is the perfect time to put in the Harry Osborn and bring in the Norman and give us a Gwen Stacy and just some other characters around here, And I hope that they fix the whole MJ thing too. I hope that because I know that she's going to be in it, but can we call her Mary Jane? Can we dye her hair red? Like, can we actually get?
Well, she's not Mary Jane. She even said,
I want to retcon it, dude. I want to retcon it so bad.
So stupid. I think they did that though because of the rights. I think that was the reason.
Like the Sony rights.
Yeah, and MJ actually stands for Michelle Jones. But the relationship between Harry and Norman, I mean, there's so much stuff there. I mean, there's a comic called American Son. It's part of the Brand New Day series, which is like super long, but it's it's really cool because it's Norman Osborn, where he is the governor, and he also just did the hostile takeover of Hammer Industries. He is the Iron Patriot. He controls the Avengers, and Harry, whose girlfriend or wife or whatever is pregnant, and Harry goes to work for Norman, and of course it all falls apart, But I think that relationship is a big piece here, and as it was in the Sam Raimi movies, they're going to have to add some of these characters. Like, I don't know who else they're going to add. I mean, of course they could go. There are other friends Spider-Man has. There's the guy who I forget, I'm blanking on his name, but Boomerang was his roommate. The villain Boomerang. Not that I really want to see Boomerang be a villain. Randy Robertson, who is the son of Robert Robertson, who works at the Daily Bugle. So there are other characters, but if you're not reading a ton of comics, you probably don't know these characters. And I think the right move would be to just go with Harry and Norman. They are the two best characters in terms of Spider-Man supporting cast. We got to have them, and the MCU, if you've been watching the show, you already are sold on Norman Osborn needing to be in the MCU.
I mean, and Norman Osborn is great in the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show. I mean, like watching him, I'm like, man, we need Norman in the MCU, bro. I was like, dog. And then that's not even the best version that we could get. We could get a way better version in live action. So but yeah, man, this is really good news. And kind of where I was, I didn't care if it was either one. I just wanted it to be good. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we're getting something that's totally different, I think it's going to shock a lot of people, bro. And I also think that this is, and we talked about this when Tom Holland did that interview, saying that when he saw the script, he turned it down. He was like, yeah, that's not what we're doing. It definitely had to be a multi versal story. It had to be. And at a point, I do want to say thank you to Tom Holland for standing on that, because he's in touch with what his fans want, and a lot of his fans do want to see Spider-Man at his core, Spider-Man at his best, which is what he's going to do. So hopefully this is true, and I'm excited to see the combat. That's what I'm really excited for, because Destin knows how to direct hand-to-hand combat very well.
100%. And that's what makes me think Black Suit. But, it bothers me that the only good examples of Marvel, and I like both of these movies a lot. One of them is one of my favorite movies, and the other is also a really good movie. But Spider-Man No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine are the only real solid multiversal movies from Marvel. And when it comes to the multiversal concept and the way it's used in the movie, both of them are pretty similar. And I think Marvel needs to do something groundbreaking with the multiverse concept in their movies. And I don't think they're going to get a lot of credit for the multiversal saga. And I think the multiversal saga, was the multiversal saga good? Was it underrated or not? I think a lot of that rides on the innovation they do in the storytelling around these multiversal movies. And I think Fantastic Four, I'm really hoping, is the one that shows us something new with the multiverse in Marvel, and not just the cameos and the, we need to do this to the multiverse to save the day, with the Time Ripper or whatever, getting the villains back. And it's the multiverse, and it's crazy that Marvel is lacking in their creativity around the multiverse in the multiversal saga.